Hello, I'm Menadal, or Lonnie, as most call. I want to share something with you. I think some of you will find fascinating or find enjoyable. In terms of all of us who apply or follow Scripture to some point in our lives or another, have heard of the Scripture that I'm getting ready to render to you. And I'm going to title this message, Fear of God. If you like it, and you want more in terms of like breaking down other segments of scriptures and things of that nature for, let's just say, for him betterment of ourselves, let me know. So this scripture you know very well from the book of Proverbs, chapter 9, verses 10 specifically. I want to share something with you. In Hebrew, it's Mishle Tasha Asara Ad Shataim Esera, Proverbs 9 and 10 in English, and that states, and the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. So we want to break that down. We want to break that verse down with Hebrew. Then we want to break that verse down, of course, definitively with definition from Hebrew, and then explain it on a more philosophical, spiritual aspect in terms of the embedment of ourselves, okay? So, reading that again, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. That is the first word, techilat. Techilat means the beginning. So literally that is, instead of just saying the fear of the Lord is the beginning, it is in the beginning of our lives. Chachma, which means we attain wisdom. Chachma is broken up from two words. And one is koach, which means your potential, and the other is ma, which is which is adding potential to ourselves. So chachma is really potential, what is, or who you are, or what you are. The next Hebrew word is yirat, which means to fear, to reverence, to tremble, to be in awe of God. And then it is yeda'at, knowledge, which means to experience. Kedoshim, receiving God. Binah, opening up our insight and our understanding and awareness. So realistically, I should say, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. And then when we kind of dissect it in Hebrew, it means tekilachach makoach, yadiyad yadeshim binah, which is when at the beginning of life, at the beginning of your awareness. When you become at the age of awareness, we are supposed to be driven to attain wisdom and to reach our potential, to reach the potential of who we are, why we're here, why we were created, why we were born, why we are placed here, and so there's wisdom at the beginning of life, at the place of understanding, when we reach an age of awareness, and we are in pursuit of our own significance. It is to reach our potential, and to reach our potential begins with the fear and the awe and the reverence of who's over the universe, who created the universe, who created us. We all ask ourselves that question in reference to who we are. So that's where the contemplation comes in. And the knowledge is then to experience the receiving of God, to receive of the universe, which opens up our understanding. So now that we have this premise of the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the Holy One's understanding, which is completely different from its original stance, which is at the point of awareness, at the point of clarity. When we reach an awareness of who we are, when we come to an awareness of our lives, when we come to an understanding of consciousness, then we are to seek God, seek to understand our purpose and our potential for being here and why we're here and what we're to achieve, right? Okay, so now let's contemplatively look at it from a different angle. I'm going to drink a little tea in the process. Hold on. So, then the beginning of our journey is first attainment. Okay. To attain awareness and insight and attachment or attainment to the potential of who God is, and to be in awe towards that attainment, to be in awe towards that purpose, to be in awe towards our significance in life. And then from that to gain the knowledge that we can gain, which then becomes our experience. To receive God is to open awareness. All right. So, and once we open awareness, that opens understanding, which draws us to begin understanding our purpose. Okay. So your beginning at the place of awareness, at the age of consciousness, is to walk in line in pursuit of attainment, that being to seek the higher self through ascension of God's oneness that is within. All right? To arise after the universal knowledge of who you are and who you become, to walk in unification and the consciousness of God, Spirit, universe, and who you are and what's within you. To this then causes consciousness of awareness to all that was deposited within your soul or in your plight toward who you are gifted to be. And of this seeking your higher self, attaining your reasoning for or why your soul came embodied as you are, to learn and to affect what? What are you supposed to be doing? What are you affecting in the life, in this life? To receive God, Spirit, universe, or pursue God is seeking to discover self. And self-awareness, attainment, and purpose, and the reason of life, you embody the pre-existence of where your soul has come from. Okay, so you embody where your soul has been. And of this, you craft your life and your decisions on the basis of the stages of your elevation. All right. And from this place of elevation to and from out of it, you grow and you shed and you digress and you implement and you exchange along the way. You implement and you grow and you exchange different concepts and ideals and belief systems and things that you always followed and believed start shedding off, and you begin in the higher consciousness as you elevate. You elevate your thoughts and your mind and the patterns of your thoughts, which in turn have a lot to do with your decisions, which then has a lot to do with how you live and the way that you live. You become different versions of your prior self. All that in that one text. You discover more of yourself, which in turn causes you to discover the real essence of God through human experience, called in Proverbs 9, the knowledge which you attain in stages. Right? Now, we don't get it all over at one time. As we grow, as we elevate, we start losing and shedding of ourselves and becoming more and more and closer to the universal purpose of who we are and why we're here. Yes? You cannot be elevated until your awareness changes. All right? So which we gain from experiences, which in turn draws us closer to our higher selves, which brings us closer to the essence of God, Spirit, universe, and her purity, which draws us to the elevations in our thinking, which changes how we conduct ourselves and brings changes to how we are and how we act and how we react. Things that we believe that we no longer believe in anymore are not at the same level. We may believe aspects of it, but we reach higher than that particular place of awareness, which causes us to move and change and shed and exchange aspects of who we are. If you wish to draw closer to God, then accept the experiences that you have to go through. We never realize in the process of thinking that when we're praying and asking God to draw closer to us, that we were asking God to give us experiences to go through in life. And when you ask that prayer, you're asking for difficulty. But the difficulty is necessary for you to gain the experience so you can shed off things that need to go and grow in areas where you need to go. And in the process of that, changing like these reverberations of our minds and our thoughts. You elevate your awareness, you change your perspective and challenges of your own beliefs, and enhancing a turning point. You become a turning point in your own life. I've never changed religions. My experiences changed my beliefs, which changed my awareness, which changed how I believe and what I believe and how I apply that to my life. So I'll say that again. I never changed religions. Let's say I started off from Christianity, and then I went from Christianity to aspects of Judaism, then I went into aspects of spirituality, which I confer to today. That is because my experience changed, which caused me to change my way of thinking, which then in turn changed the way I am and how I act. As your awareness heightens, your body with your mind and your thoughts and your soul changes your reaction, and they in turn change what you think, which changes who you are and what you become. That is in the Proverbs 9 portion where it says the fear of. That is what that fear of is. The greater fear of God causes a greater awareness of you, which changes your consciousness and awareness to what you are and how you are and what you believe. Adaptations of that changes you into someone else. That is drawing you closer to your spirit self, which is making you closer to God, which is shedding more of ourselves in terms of our ego and our pride and our haughtiness and things that we have categorized in our minds as things of existence which have no priority anymore, because you're elevating, you're growing, you're changing because of this acceptance to the awareness of who you are and the belief of what God is adding into your life as you apply that to the changes and experiences of life. You change. So that is in that verse, the fear of. Fear of is asking for experience, and asking for experience means we're going to encounter pain. We're going to encounter problems. We're going to encounter people mistreating us. We're going to encounter some difficulties, but those experiences is an adage to the growth of your fear, or of your reverence, or of your awe, or of your respect for God, spirit, universe, and how they are in your life. And the closer you draw to them, the lesser you become of your own selves. That is, the lesser you become of the part of us that keeps us separated from unification and higher awareness and consciousness to spirit and to the universe and to whom guides us. That fear, the fear of, we keep going back to, is transition in our minds, which then causes, in Proverbs right there 9, wisdom. Wisdom, which then becomes knowledge, which then creates an understanding. You see the order? That the order of our transition and becoming more pious, not to religion, but more pious to the greater awareness of who we are. So let me go back over that verse one more time from both aspects, and then I'll stop there for today. That Proverbs 9 and 10, the fear of, now you'll see it in a different way. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. So let's go back and see that from its original. So Tehillah Chachma, Koach Yadiyad Kadeshim Binah, that is the beginning of our lives, is causing a potential. And that potential that in us arises an awe and a respect for who God is. And in that respect and in that awe and in that honor and in that thankfulness and in that lessening of our own egos, we receive a greater aspect of God continually adding to us. And that then gives us knowledge. And that then gives to our knowledge a greater experience. And that experience is drawing us closer to the universal God, and that opens up an insight and understanding and awareness and changing our journeys. All right, so I'm going to stop there. If you want to hear more in terms of other versions of scriptures and things of that way, then let me know. But if you are, let me say this lastly, going through conflicts and difficulties and people mistreating you and people have walked over you and lied on you and scandalized your name and mistreated you and did all manner of evil against you, there is no need for you to reject the experience. There's no need to hold animosity or anger or frustration or to be angry about something that is allowed. And if it is allowed, it's intended for our greater good. I will say, in my last part of this, the last aspects of the greater part of the pain of my experience has changed who I am. I'm not the same person that I was 8-9 months ago. I needed the experience that I've been through, rather not so long ago, because it drew me closer to an awareness and an insight out of that experience to a greater depth in thought and in mind and in thinking and awareness and consciousness, which awoken a part that I was unaware to, that I am now aware to. And in the fact, the process of that experience is causing tremendous blessings in my life. Manifestations of everything I touch is coming to me, even if it's taken some time. Everything I ask for, God is bringing to me, because I accepted the experience and did not react to it in a negative way. Haven't said a word, haven't said anything. I did not do evil for evil. I have not done or said anything that was evil. Left it alone completely, putting it in the hands of the universal God. And of that experience, I have a greater peace, a greater awareness of self and consciousness, and a closer walk to God. And things out of that, and reacting in a way that is pleasing to God, causes all the greater good. And I ain't really stressing about nothing. Pretty at peace, pretty happy, have joy. Everything is going my way that I need to go. And even the things I'm waiting on, I'm not even worried about. So take that, let it resonate. In fact, maybe come back to this video and look at it a few times so you can re-soak in that particular passage and come to a greater awareness and accept the experience as it comes. Talk to you later.